In this video, I'll share with you some information about different types of online discussions. So in the last video, you saw Jack's class where he used traditional exploration types of discussions. Now these weren't just what do you think types of questions. They were very content based, and it simulated what he did in the face-to-face class. That is just one way to do discussions. Now one additional thing you can do is what we call an exploration plus. So that would be the type of discussion that Jack had in his class, but with something else too. So maybe the students have to do some kind of reflection on the discussion. Maybe there is a rotating summarizer of a small group discussion. You may have follow-up questions that you post to an exploration discussion that are required. Jack did that sometimes too. So try not to let yourself feel boxed in with the idea of exploration discussions. You can do more with them if you want. So in this video, we're going to talk about some different ways to do discussions online. So one thing that you can do is have students share their work in a discussion. So if it's something that maybe in a face-to-face class you would want them to bring in and discuss with a partner, you can do that online too. And it may not be something that is very discussion-y traditionally. It might be something that's a little more right or wrong. And that's okay. There's a restriction that I'll show you on the discussions where they can't see anybody else's work before they posted their own. Another one is some sort of discussion where they have to produce something together, or maybe they have to review each other's work. So I'll show you another example of a production type of a discussion in this video where students had to work together to create a group quiz. Now I'll show you an example of how a discussion forum was used in a non-traditional way in a math class. So this is Math Thinking, Math 106, and here we are on the discussion page, which is actually renamed Homework in the navigation bar here. In case you didn't know, you can change the name of anything in the navigation bar if you would like. So at the top here we have the typical introductions and Q&A, and then she has 25 of these homework forums in here with multiple questions underneath them. So I think there are about 80 discussion topics in here. So this was a big deal to create, and we want you to know that there is assistance to help set this all up. So one of the assistants to our D2L administrator put all these questions in. So I'm just going to scroll a little bit so you can see the enormity of this discussion board here. So they just keep going and going and going. I love that she came up with this idea because it really makes sense. Now, in a face-to-face class, the students can discuss their homework with each other, which oftentimes in a math class, it's right or wrong types of things. They may come to the answers different ways, but there is usually a right answer. So this allowed them an opportunity to post and then see others and discuss it if they would like. For some of the discussion forums, it was required that they reply to other students, but for most of them, replies were not required in here. So you'll see the number of posts in this one this did require a reply. So this one has 34, but most of them are around 18, 19. This one has 13. I think there were 12 or 13 students in the class. But some of them have more. So the nice thing about this is that it gave them an opportunity to discuss if they would like to. They get to post and immediately see how other people approach the question. Now you may wonder, didn't the students all come in and look at everybody else's and determine the right answer? Well, no, they didn't, because there is a setting in here. We'll go into Edit Topic, where a user must compose a message before participating in the topic. So this means that they post their answer to the question blindly without seeing what others have posted yet. Now when we've explained this to people, sometimes they're concerned with how it feels to post something when you don't know what others are going to say, right? But Amanda didn't get any feedback on that being a negative aspect of her class, and some things that I've read about posting or presenting more publicly rather than just to the instructor indicate that students take it more seriously in these situations. They don't want to look dumb, so it can cause a different level of work than if they were just posting it to somewhere only the instructor could see, or if they're just taking a quiz. So it's a kind of interesting dynamic. In this next example, this is also from a math class, Math 246, Elementary Statistics, and again it starts at the top with introductions and a Q&A discussion board, which was very heavily used in this class. I just want to note that this was a combination of two different sections, and it was a team-taught class, which is why there's so many students in this class. But you'll see here there is a group discussion board, and there are 14 groups in this class. And the reason we start out with a group communication discussion board is because the groups had to work together to submit a group quiz. So this was something that the instructors, at least one of them, did in their face-to-face class, and they wanted to try in an online format as well because they thought there was a lot of value in the group discussing their questions together and coming to a consensus. So there were 7 quizzes in this class, and we broke it down to have one forum for each question. So this one looks different because of the way groups are used in here. So quiz 1, question 1, here it is. All of the groups have their own discussion topic here. And then here's the next one. And it just keeps going on. And the reason we set it up this way is because they wanted the students, as well as in the other class, to post their answer to the question before they could see everyone else's. So this gave them an opportunity to have their individual contribution and then work together with others to come to a consensus about what the right answer was. So they were scored on their individual contribution and on the group quiz. So somebody who didn't participate at all and didn't try, they did not get the full points on the group quiz, even if everybody else did a good job and they submitted the group quiz and got all the points. So this discussion board is also just huge. It just keeps going here because there are so many different groups and so many individual questions here. I just want to show you in this group, the top message stuck out to me. So this student posted, "I just want to thank the group for the work put in on the quizzes. I was really worried about these quizzes. However, I learned more from the communications in the group quizzes than I did from the book and the stat lab assignments. They really helped me prepare for the exams." So I thought that was an excellent testament to this format that I happened to stumble across when I was doing research. So this group said that they would do the quizzes the same way again in the future, and it really worked out well for them. So hopefully in this video you just got some different ideas of how you can use discussions in an online class. So discussions like this allow the students a way to connect socially and simulate some of those face-to-face experiences that they would have had in the online environment. So if you have any interesting or unique ways that you would like to use discussions, we'd love to work with you on that.